What will you do if your husband of 30 years forgets you due to an illness? He forgets you. It's not like he intentionally, but then because he's suffering from one ailment, that's why he forgets you. Now this story brings us to a story of a woman who actually got married 30 years ago and then has been nursing her husband's ailments for 12 years. In the space of that 12 years, the husband has forgotten who she is, has forgotten his own biological children. Now this woman puts her life on hold to take care of her husband. She's not working. Everything about her is on hold for 12 years because she is taking care of her husband, who doesn't remember anything anymore. She baits for him, feed him, clothe him, do everything, lifts him or carries him from one place to the other. Welcome to the show. My name is Oluwabusayo. Now, come to think of it, it's actually a lesson for married women. When you guys took your vows, then it was for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, for richer, for poorer. Till death do you guys part. Now this woman is taking by, or she's abiding by the vows she took when she married her husband. Her husband is suffering from dementia. You can't remember anything again. So she's been doing that for 12 years and they've been married for 30 years. They have children, but this man can't remember the names of his children. He doesn't know who they are anymore. That is actually saddening. It's depressing. The woman, I'm sure she won't actually be herself, for the past 12 years. But I'm sure it takes strength and grace of God for her to remain in that marriage, still taking care of her husband. And she said she's not going to give up until the man comes around, until he remembers everything. Now it's actually a wake-up call to married women out there. How many of you can actually endure this kind of thing that this woman is enduring in a marriage? I'm sure most of you are always saying, if there's no money again, you are leaving. For 12 years the woman could have actually had an extramarital affair outside, but I'm sure she is not having, or she is not even thinking of, because her mind now is on how her husband is going to remember everything. Now women of these days, now if they were in this woman's shoes, I'm sure they would have extramarital affairs, or better still, they will leave the man with the children and employ a maid, or better still, if they have conscience, they actually put the man in an adult home to be taken care of while they move on with their lives and their children. But this woman is not doing that. She's the one taking care of the family. She's the one taking care of the house. Now she's the father of the house. She's tending to her husband. Her life is on hold. Some women can actually do what she's doing, trust me. Everybody, no, not all women are actually patient. People are not patient anymore. But then this woman's case is actually different. For 12 years, somebody has been bedridden for 12 years, dementia. I'm sure other things would have actually set in, because the man is already old now. So it's actually a wake-up call to married women like her own, that it is not every little problems that you have in your marriage that you should file divorce for, aside domestic violence. But if it's not that, always endeavor to persevere and be patient. It's a lesson. If your husband is going through something, your wife is going, don't use that opportunity to have extramarital affairs. Don't use the opportunity to do things that are unspeakable. You guys should stay with yourselves and talk to people in any way you can actually render help to each other. Make sure that you sort it out, and stay with yourself. You guys took the vow, except when you took it just for taking. You said it just for saying sake, not because you actually mean it. This woman actually took those vows and she is standing and abiding by it, taking care of someone who cannot move. She does everything. The man from dementia cannot do anything on his own. The woman actually does everything for her. That's actually a very good example, even over good example of a good wife. Now we should actually emulate her. We should be patient. We should endeavor to persevere anything going on in our marriage. Like I said, aside domestic violence. I'm not saying if your husband is beating you, you should stay. No, walk away, please. But this kind of situation that I'm talking about right now, endeavor to persevere and be patient with him. Now I'm sure God may actually answer our prayers and the man might come around and it will be a joy that thank God that after all I didn't leave the marriage. I did everything I could, and she actually saved her marriage. But then we are hoping the man gets out of the illness. But most importantly, it's a lesson, to married women like us, that we should always persevere. We should always be patient. It's not everything that you take with what's it called? Everything you rush in, and no. Marriage is not something you rush in and you rush out. It's a place where you stay, and stay there for better, for worse, with each other. So now don't forget to like, share, or comment on the page. See you again on the next episode.